Welcome to the GuthrieAmerica podcast. We sit down with amazing people who do life in our community and who are from here because we believe every story should be told. I'm your host, Hetty Coleman, and today I am sitting down with Demetra Oaks.
Hello.
Before we jump into this conversation with Demetra, would you please, I call her Dee, would you please go ahead, like, subscribe to the podcast, leave a review. It would mean the world to me. Also, shout out to our sponsor, Kevin Kraft over at State Farm. Just this week, y'all. Got to tell a story about Kevin because it seems like I'm always talking to Kevin. Kevin and I are talking because State Farm has changed how they do their billing. And so I'm calling, I'm trying to figure it out because now I got my mom over with Kevin as well. And so really I'm trying to figure this out because of my mom. She's an older lady now. She's trying to figure it all out. I call. But I'm on the phone with Kevin for at least 30, 40 minutes. And we're talking back and forth. We're talking about our families. We're talking about this new app and the new billing and all those things. And I'm just going to tell you, I don't know if you're like me, but I'm a small town kind of guy, and that's the kind of service I like to get. Right. I can call somebody, talk to them, have a conversation, and do all the things. Kevin Kraft's your guy if you want that small town kind of service, but big city kind of service, all in the same place. And also shout out to North Church Guthrie, who is allowing for us right now. We are in the building hosting this podcast episode because I got kicked out of my other location. And so anyway, we won't even go into that. We won't talk about that. We'll just leave that alone. But thank you, North Church, for believing in the power of connection through stories, because that's what happens on the GuthrieAmerica podcast. Dee, what's cracking?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for the pre-podcast recording.
For sure.
We talk about all the things.
All the things.
Yes.
All the things.
I love to start out by asking you this question. I ask other people this question. Tell us how your family and friends would describe you. Now, your mom is in the room with us, so you just might as well be honest. How would they describe you? What would you say?
Busy. Busy. All
Why
over
busy?
the place. Because I am plugged in. I am extremely family oriented. And so, being the oldest grandchild, the oldest child, married to a only child.
Yours is the only child?
His mother's only child. And so everybody taps me on the shoulder.
Yeah.
My phone rings constantly, which I hope it's on silent because
It's okay. So your phone actually rings?
all the time.
Like you have a ringer on?
Me, usually. Because
Really?
if you call my phone, I answer my phone morning, noon, and night. Because I am in case of emergency, for my husband's mother, for everybody.
You're the caretaker.
I am that person. And so I'm busy all the time. I'm always plugged in, which just like when you sent me the invitation, I was trying to get back to you ASAP. And that was my ASAP.
That was your ASAP? Was it
Yeah.
like 2 weeks later? You were at a game or something originally when we started talking about
My daughter's Sweet 16.
Oh, Sweet 16, yes, it was a birthday party. Yeah.
And
How did that go?
But I pushed back out to you to be like, hey, I got your message. I will respond. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks later, my minute was up.
No rush at all.
Sorry.
No
That's
rush at all in my life.
But Sweet 16 was good. That is my second child. She says she's my medium daughter, not my middle child. She's the medium child. So she is very, I did not have to think to plan her party. She brought me a piece of paper and it said decorations, this, food, this. You know, she had every single thing listed out. So,
Is this your favorite child?
I don't have a favorite child. They swear that that's a thing, but the girls swear my son is my favorite.
Oh,
he is my
the youngest?
favorite son. My only son, but he's still my favorite son.
Is he the youngest?
He is.
Okay, he's the youngest.
But he's spoiled by everybody.
So it's not just you.
And if you
He's
met him,
everybody's favorite.
if you met him, you'd be like, this dude is solid. Like,
Okay, he's my
everybody
favorite.
loves him. So,
He's definitely my
So it's
favorite.
hard to not baby him as the baby. But, you know, I love every one of my children. And they're my favorite in their own way. You know, my oldest made me a mommy. So me and her have this bond like none other. You know, she's my oldest. She's the one that I count on. Hey, make sure this happens. Get this done. And she's a lot like me in the aspect that she's a get her done.
Got you.
My youngest daughter, she's so gifted. It's not even funny. She's amazingly intellectual. and she
The medium?
the medium
Okay.
child. And she's set apart. She's different. She's not like the other two. The other two kind of have some similarities.
So there's three.
And then
three.
there's the boy.
There's two, and then there's the boy.
Yes.
So I'm two boys and a girl.
Correct. We are opposite.
And how old is your youngest?
10. He'll be 11 in June.
Okay.
He's our miracle baby. He
how old
was
is the
born
oldest?
clinically dead at 2 pounds.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so he's
Wow.
a little bit. So and that
He
makes
deserves to be the favorite.
He's all right. I mean, sometimes you just be like, because he's very smothering, which I think after 10 years of it, you be like, okay, I need a minute. I will circle back and want him to do this some more, but he's very like right here all the time. Like
Got
all the
you.
time, so.
Got you. Mm-hmm. That's good. So okay, let's talk about hubby.
Yes.
Tell us how you all
My
met.
guy.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. My
tell
bestie.
us some of your favorite. Yeah. Tell us some of the favorite things about him. But let's start with how you met, because this is a pretty interesting story.
Oh yeah. So we met at Buy for Less in Oklahoma City. Hefner and Penn on a summer day, and I don't know how familiar you are with Oklahoma City, but on Sundays in Oklahoma City, 23rd Northeast 23rd was packed.
Yeah, back
cars,
in the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, back in the day. And cars all up and down. So this was a Sunday afternoon. My girlfriends and I were grilling, and the coals were extremely hot. She lived in the apartments behind Buy for Less. So she's like, let's run around here. So messy bun, V-neck white tee, cut off Levi shorts.
Yeah.
So we had on. We ran around there, pulled up to the building, and like I think it was the Boys in the Hood. One of those Compton movies where the guy pulled up behind the girl and wouldn't let her out.
Oh, yeah.
She couldn't back out.
Yeah.
They pulled up like that and we couldn't back out.
Okay.
And he was like leaning out that they were in a Wagoneer. His cousin jumped out and ran around, was talking to my friend. And he was like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh boy. So, we chit-chatted and he was like, give me your number. I was like, oh, I don't even have a phone. He was like, yeah, right. I don't have a phone. He's like, give me your number. I promise I'll call. Ooh, you can't make me a promise. You don't even know me, but whatever. So I did not give him my number. We finished what we were doing and left. And then about a couple of weeks later, I worked at Sally's Beauty Supply, delivered products. And so I was stopped at Warehouse Music. His cousin worked there. I did not know. And he like ran up on me. Hey, what's up? He was like, my cousin really, really wants to talk to you because he had been talking to my friend.
Oh, okay.
Because
they
had exchanged.
Yeah, okay.
And so he's like, he really wants to talk to you. And I'm like, And he's like, no, for real. He's like, give me your number. So I snuck out, didn't give the number. So the next time I came back in there, looking for that CD still, because back then we listened to CDs in our car. And he was there, and I'm like, crap. And he was like, hey, so he's same spiel. He's like, tell you what, I'm going to give you his number. He did. That night, when I closed up work, I had to go to check into the hospital because I had surgery the following day. And the nurse came and asked for my insurance card, pulled it out. His number fell out, and I thought, I'm in the hospital. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'll call this dude. I called him. It was his birthday. He was headed out. He took my number to call me back. It was my pager. He was like, I don't page females. It's like, that's all I got. Which was true, because I was going to stay with my parents after I had my surgery, and they were doing make ready on my apartment. So I was like, that's all I got. So he paged me every day, and I mean, there's a lot in the middle, but I did not like him at all. Long story short, we're here next Friday, a week from today, 27 years married. So
wow, that's what
we stayed the game. So,
y'all stayed the game. You said he was texting you and everything else every day.
He paged me, and then you know the game. He would page me late at night, like 10 o'clock at night. And I'm like, and I didn't have a phone in my apartment, so I have to walk to the payphone to talk. I was like, dude, you gotta stop paging me this late, because I know you've been with your girlfriend or whoever. And he's like, no. I was like, whatever. So then I started getting pages at like 4 and 5 p.m.
Okay.
Like, okay. And then I got my phone in the house, but then I just decided I didn't care for him because he was extremely cocky, which is not a bad trait to have, but he just knew he was handsome. He was polo head to toe.
Oh,
and I was like,
he still got that swag,
yeah,
don't he?
Yeah, he does.
Still, every time I see him, his beard is perfect.
Man, that beard is phenomenal.
Oh, my goodness.
I love it. And he threatens to cut it off some summers, and the kids are like, Dad, no. And
Has he ever, I don't know if I've ever seen him without a beard.
He's cut it off, and we laugh at him when he like,
when he cuts it off?
Yeah, don't do that again.
Wow.
So, yeah, but he cuts it off, and then but they laugh at, they tease him because overnight it's like back. It's like,
okay.
yeah.
See, I'm jealous of that.
I tell him all the time because it's, long, and when it gets too bushy and it's wavy, I tell him, I know they got you on the no-fly list because you look like you came from across the water. It's so big and full and pretty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we mess with him all the time, but that is a nice beard. But, yeah, he was a pretty boy. I didn't really like that. I was like, and I can appreciate it now.
Now, you said he's the only child.
He is an only child.
What is it that you learned about people who are the only child?
Well, I grew up as an only child. My sister and I are 18 years apart, so I understand what it's like. I do know that there's some loneliness that comes with being an only child because you look at people who have great sibling relationships and you're like, oh, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
But then you could be one of the ones who got the short end of the stick with bad sibling relationships, and so because you're an only child, right?
I am an only child,
so you know what it's like. I mean,
Well, I kind of know.
But there was 1,000 Colemans. So you were just your mom's only. There's a lot of.
I kind of know, and I use that at times. But for sure. But I think the reason I asked that is because sometimes we don't evaluate ourselves in our situation. So now that you're with somebody. And kind of seeing it, like you kind of see and like, oh, okay, that's the only child trait.
Thing. For sure, yeah. And it is like my children are so spaced, are about 4.5, 5 years spaced apart. So they got to be an only baby child for the So that I see it in them sometimes where like my oldest will tell the other two. She was good with just me. Like, I don't even know why I had to be here. Like, we had a good thing. And then my medium daughter, she's looking at my son and she's like, we could have just got a dog. Like, I don't know why he had to be. And I'm just like, so, they're because I had them as babies alone. So they didn't have to share lap time a bunch.
Yeah.
And so
they got that good quality time.
Right,
kind of
they did.
One-on-one.
They did. So I see some of the traits. It's not bad.
No, that's cool. Now you went to school in Guthrie.
I did.
I
am a Blue Jay.
You are a Blue Jay.
I am.
Tell me some of your favorite things that you remember about growing up in schools. Let's start with schools. Which one of your schools was your favorite? Was our favorite teacher?
Yeah, Cotterill was my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe it was 3rd grade, and she was Miss Lewis at the time, turned Miss Love.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was my favorite teacher, and I'm going to tell you what's crazy.
Wait a second, was you smart?
You said was like past tense.
Miss Love, wasn't that like the gifted look?
Like that hurt my feelings. You know me, I'm all right. I do okay. So, I'm going to tell you something else that's crazy. Until I got to junior high in Guthrie, I only had black teachers.
Really? Wow.
I did. My 1st grade, all the way. I take that back. My pre-K. No, we didn't have pre-K. We had Head Start. My Head Start teacher was black. My 1st grade teacher was not. But after that, I didn't have any other teacher that were black till I got to junior high.
So you had Miss Washington? Or who'd you have? Miss Andrews? No, wait.
In
Miss
what
Washington was
grade?
4th grade. Who else?
In
Miss Roper.
That's who I had.
Yeah, you had Miss Roper.
So just quick side note, when we, back then when you went to enroll your kids, it was different, I think, than it is now. I'm not sure in Guthrie, but I know for us, you don't get a choice. But we would walk around at open house to get ready to enroll, and my mom would approach the teachers and talk, and she's like, so, she's a talker, and if she's in trouble at school, what will you do? And I'm like, well, we'll take her to the office and call you, and blah, blah. She's like, We move on to the next teacher. The one that said, oh, I'll give her some swats, and like, write her name down. I'm like, what? Like, you can't. Like, so I felt like my teachers were handpicked because
based on if they would beat you.
Yeah. And so I got it together real quick in school. I mean, my only issue in school, I was not a bad kid, but just like today, it doesn't change. I talk to anybody. Yeah. Anybody, anywhere, anytime.
And they call that bad. It's like, no, I'm just
like,
talking.
No, I think it's a skill set.
It's a skill set.
I think it is.
Don't discipline me based on my gifting.
Exactly. Yeah. Because now, like, the gift of gab can get you places. Closed mouth don't get fed. They say it all the time. So, yeah.
Miss Love was awesome. She was amazing. She lived a block down the street from me.
Man, she was the best. And she was Up until she passed away,
Yeah.
we had a relationship.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Anytime I saw her husband is a veteran, and I worked at the VA. They would come there, and she would love on me there.
Yeah.
Like, she was awesome all through life.
Yeah, she was really great.
Yeah.
The reason I said it that way, you were smart, is because I wanted her and I wasn't smart.
Oh, so that was confession time.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I feel better.
Eric had her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Eric had her,
Right.
and so it was Eric only had her. I didn't know anything about being smart and all that stuff.
And
but
that's not true,
That's when I
because you're
learned.
very smart.
That's what I learned. I was
Yes.
like, oh, so.
Like, you had to beat somebody.
I gotta be somebody to get her. Yeah,
Okay.
that's super cool. So, did you have Miss Andrews? Do you remember Miss Andrews in 5th grade?
I did not have her. Wait.
Who did you have in 5th grade then?
As my 5th grade teacher,
Yeah.
I had, I don't know.
You remember?
That was a long time. Who did I have?
You didn't have Miss Andrews, because if you had Miss Andrews, you remember her going to sleeping class.
Oh, well, no, I didn't have
Yeah,
her.
she would go to sleeping class, and we would get mad at the student who wanted to wake her up, because they didn't realize, like, as long as you let her sleep, we didn't have to do it. We just chilling.
Bad. That's why you didn't get to have Miss Lewis. That's exactly why you didn't get to have Miss. No, I will tell you, the kids in my class wanted, so Miss Lewis was a powerhouse. She was fine growing up. She was so pretty. And the boys would be like, Miss Lewis, I can't get my pencil sharpened. So she would have to go sharpen the pencil, and it would make her shake.
Stop.
Them kids was bad.
Oh my God.
So they just want her to shake so she could sit up there. I was like, every time.
What in the world? That
Miss
is, I'm
Lewis,
going to ask
I can't
Eric
my
about
pencil.
that.
Yeah.
See, I've already had Eric on the GuthrieAmerica podcast. That would have been a great follow-up question.
Yeah,
following
I
on
believe-
about,
I believe
'cause he probably was doing the same
He,
thing.
I'm sure he was.
That is wild.
I'm sure he was.
That is so funny.
Yep.
All right, so what do you remember about the transition? I always ask people about this. Going from junior high to the high school. Was that scary for you?
So, you heard the stories. I'm going to put you in trash cans. They're going to do
Uh-huh.
all these things.
Yes.
I would like to say I was pretty cool with most of the upperclassmen.
Yeah.
And then I did have some boy cousins that, kind of looked out for me.
Yeah.
Then there was Pete,
Yeah.
all those. So I wasn't too worried. You just thought at that point he was grown. I'm in high school. So.
Now, when you got there, was Mr. Ghost in there? Who was the principal?
No, he was not there.
Okay.
I don't think Joe was there. He
Not
might
Joe,
have been.
Mr. Ghostin. Did you remember Fontella?
Mm-hmm.
Her dad.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, I think Kennedy might have been. I don't know who the principal. I didn't have to deal with him too much. Once.
See,
I was a good kid.
I'm forgetting who I'm talking to.
Yeah,
Let's
I
move
was
on.
a good kid. I didn't do too bad.
Who was the principal? Kennedy. He was one of them.
Well,
So
early-
Mr. Sykes was the
Yes, yeah.
Mr.
That's
Sykes was the principal.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly who it was.
Okay.
Matter of fact, so my class, although I was sweet, we had a bad reputation. We still have a bad reputation.
You still have, rightly so.
No, for real, we do. And so
Yeah.
we were at our last class reunion. We didn't have our class reunion on the date everybody else did because it was OU Texas weekend. And we're like, nah, we got to go.
There's no way, y'all.
So we did it on an off Friday night game. And Mr. Sykes was walking by. And we were like, Mr. Sykes. He was like, oh, no. Like, he kept it pushing. He was like, I don't want no problems. He knew. And it was crazy because I sat right next to Cheryl and Clay Tartar the whole time and hung out with them. And then right after that, he passed away. So, yeah, I was glad to get to hang out with them.
Yeah. No, that same story. Like, I was at Red Brick Nights the day before. I think it was the day before. I think Saturday, and then he passed away that Sunday.
That's
and,
crazy.
We hugged and talked for a minute.
Yeah, and they loved they were so good to our class. Like, we sat there and it was him, her, and me, and we just kept, like, who is that? Like, the whole time we're doing that. So, good times. Good times.
Yeah, so the thing about, growing up in Guthrie now, having a church in Guthrie, for example, last night we have what's today, Friday? So we have a Thursday night experience, and there was a couple here, and I'm gonna introduce myself. First time, there's the first time, and she's like, I was here last Thursday, whatever. It was my first time coming. I was like, oh, okay, blah, blah. And I could tell, you get a sense like somebody knows you. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, they know who I am.
Right.
And so I'm like, did we go to school together? And he's like, yep. I'm like, man, because some people you just can't. I mean, of course, now it's so many years ago,
Right.
But it's still bad, 'cause especially if they remember who you are.
And people change.
People change.
And you're like, because sometimes we'll see some people that I've gone to school with and my kids are like, that's your classmate. And I'm like, it is.
That is.
I'm going to tell you, it's crazy. Guthrie is extremely small but big.
Yeah.
Because I've traveled, being in the military, whatever else, and I can remember I did gate guard duty sometimes in the Navy, and you have to slide this plaque in the gate so it identified you. And people would come through and, oh, Oklahoma, or whatever, but I'm standing there and I'm just waving traffic through, and this guy goes through, and then I hear brakes, and he backs up. And he was like, Dee House, which everybody still calls me, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? We sat next to each other at graduation.
Get out of here.
Yeah, like I was tripping. His name's Larry
Wow.
Ando. I was like crazy that because I was stationed in Hawaii.
Okay.
So it's a long way away to see somebody from Guthrie.
That is.
Then I'm at the mall and I'm seeing people from Guthrie at the mall that are not there in the middle. They're on vacation. It was just crazy. So Guthrie, I meet people all the time that it circles back to here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you graduate high school, go to Langston for a little bit. At some point, you end up going to the Navy.
I did.
Serving our country. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
doing that. Tell us about that experience going from small town America. I don't know how much traveling you did before you went into the Navy.
No.
Yeah, but what was that like? And now all of a sudden you're seeing the world.
Oh, it was crazy. So initially, I was trying to pull every trick out of my hat to get back because it was just too much for me. It was overwhelming. Hawaii, first of all, being that far away. And I'm going to tell you, bless my heart, I don't care about making myself look not gifted right now. I will say that I got into Hawaii and met some friends. And then it was some friends that I had gone to boot camp with who also were stationed in Hawaii. And we were at the beach having a good time, hanging out. And I'm like enamored with the beach because this, what you see on the postcards, the things people empty their life savings out to go do. I live here. I have a whole address here. Yeah. And so, I'm just having a good time. And I'm like, y'all, look at that rock. Look at that. No, look at that rock. And they're all like, idiot, rocks don't float. I'm like, what? It was a sea turtle. Huge. Bless my heart. I'm from Guthrie. I was clueless. It's just going along. But just to get out and experience, it was crazy. They laughed at me forever for that. But it was funny because I'd not ever been and ever seen and ever experienced some of the things that I had seen. And so it was just different to spend Christmas and Thanksgiving in the heat on the beach doing. Mm-hmm. So, changes doing that, just any of the places that I've gone. Chicago was crazy, bananas, cold. I've never been that cold in my entire life. Yeah. To the extent that if you walk from here to your car, like we had to walk from building to building to warm up. You could not walk from your destination to because it was like I think negative 27, something like that. Just
you were stationed in Chicago?
I was there for a while. I went to school there. I went to boot camp. I went to a school there, and then I went to police academy in San Antonio. I ultimately was stationed in Hawaii. All my tours. Yeah, I was there.
Wow. So, what was it about Chicago that stood out to you, outside of being cold? I always want to go. I have not been to Chicago.
I mean, buildings are tall and it's windy. I mean, it's big. Like everything's up, straight up.
I don't want to go now.
Yeah.
Buildings tall and it's windy. Like
right. It is. Yeah. Like that was it. Yeah. And it wasn't like extremely impressive. It's busy. It's completely opposite Oklahoma. I mean, of Guthrie.
Yeah.
So you go from one place and it's crazy, but it was not bad. I mean. The one regret I have is I got a tattoo. I should have never I got one tattoo my whole life. And I only got that because the girl I went with wanted me to go for moral support. So I was like, absolutely, Jess, let's go. So I went with her. We rode the train, did all of that, got there. And she's like, will you get one too? Oh, girl, no. No, I'm not getting a tattoo. No. She's like, come on, she's like, get one with me. It's like, nah, I'm good, thanks. She's like, I'll pay for it. Okay, let me see. I'm like, so she paid for it. I got a tattoo, and now I'm mad at Jessica.
Wait a second. You got one off the thing? It wasn't like something like...
That I create?
Yeah.
I got Thumper, the bunny rabbit.
Oh.
Exactly.
Tell me, like, what was it you... Oh, give me Thumper. Like, did y'all have a connection? Like...
First of all, I didn't go to get a tattoo, so I didn't know that there was a thing about, like, meaningful. Thumper's cute. Wasn't offensive. It was cute.
Yeah. Yeah. It wasn't.
It's probably about that big.
Oh, okay.
So and the good thing is I got it, and people can't see it unless I show it to you. So I mean, it's not in a risque space.
Gotcha, yeah,
it just I was making sure that if I'm dressed,
yes,
then yeah.
nobody
If I
can
had on a
see
bathing suit, you could see it.
What did you have to take? Like, what did your parents say when you told them that you had gotten a tattoo?
She still might slap me. She's sitting right here. Listen, because that was a absolute no. So we got the tattoos. We got back to the train station, and I told Jessica, I need to call my mom. Mind you, I'm 21.
Yeah.
I call. It's like, hey, Mom. She's all excited to hear from me because they don't hear from me often. And I'm talking to her, and I'm like, so I got to tell you something. She's like, what? I was like, I got something. And that's not what she thought.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, you what? You got? What do you mean you got? So she like,
why
went
would you even say it like that?
I was like, Mom, not like that. Like I got, and I was like, So Pete got in trouble for getting tattooed.
Okay.
So I was like, it's okay, like what Pete did. She hung up.
Wait a second. You would have thought, like, no, Mom, not like something like that, because this is like the extreme.
Right.
The tattoo would have been like, oh, thank goodness. She just hung up.
Click.
So the tattoo was just as
So
worse.
when I came home on leave, yes, and some friends and I were going to go out that night. And so I'm in the bathroom and I had on just I have some shorts and I think my underwear, my bra at the top. And so I'm doing my hair. And so I'm like, Mom, come look at the tattoo. I'm not looking at that. She wouldn't even come in there. So then one day she walked in and I just had on like probably a sports bra or something. And so she was like, that's it? Let me see this thing. So she wrote, oh, it's not, don't you get another one. Listen.
Oh, okay. I thought she was going to say, she's like, oh, I'm going to give me one.
I ain't say that.
Now, Pete's over the top with his tat.
And my sister.
Oh, my God.
So I have a little sister. Her thighs, she's got them everywhere. And
she's all into it.
Oh, she doesn't feel like that now. I mean, she's doing that, but she's like, let me look at, she's a little bit more warmed up to it. She still does not like that.
She's not going with her to get them.
Right. Oh, yeah, no.
She's not supporting.
Yeah.
Like,
but she's like, let me see what you got. Like,
yeah.
So my sister, she's got my kids' names on her arm and stuff like that, stuff that I'm not doing. I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah. People who get addicted to those tattoos, like, they start getting.
And I will be honest with you, done nicely, they are amazing. Yeah. It's just not my thing.
Yeah,
I'm just not a tattoo type person. No.
Yeah. I can see them and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I appreciate the art and all that stuff. But I'm like, I just feel like when I get 80 or 90, I'll have these on my body. I'm like, I don't know.
And yes, and you look dirty.
Yeah, you're a tattoo. Don't you got tattoos? Yeah.
Fred?
Yeah, Fred over there got tattoos. Fred got a few tattoos on his body. It's different. It's different.
You sure?
It's different. All of them reference
that also came from the book of Fred. We'll go with that.
As long as they reference the scripture, you're good.
They're fine.
Okay?
Yeah, it's like,
I'm gonna get some verses on my knees. It's in Revelation, but what if I got some verses on my knees? Like, if I get something, I want to get, like, I thought about getting Bernadette, my wife's name, on my neck, right here. But then somebody's like, you're next to, So.
Oh, God. Somebody said that?
Yeah.
People.
I think it would be cool. Like,
don't
I'm not
do
getting
that.
a tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo.
Like, the new thing, I think, is people getting lips. Like, it was in and then it was out, but now they're getting, like, lips on their neck again. I've seen
tattoos of some lips?
Of, like lipstick, like a kiss. And I'm just like... At some point, you're going to be like, I messed up.
For
like
sure.
me.
Yes. Tell me about when you went somewhere, you moved away. What were some things that you started appreciating about growing up in a smaller town?
Oh, my gosh. So many things. I like the camaraderie of a small town. Like, I love... the feel, the knowing the people, the neighborliness, you just know, like, if I was like, Greg, I was looking to try to find somebody to cut these trees down for me. You're like, oh, call such and such, don't they do trees? Or you just automatically know.
You're like, oh, do they really do trees?
Right, yeah. You're like, I didn't know they did that. You're like, yeah, I just talked to him yesterday at Walmart and he said that. And then you're like, yeah. So then you call and then, and so I live in Mustang currently. And I don't even talk to my neighbors.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Like I don't even know that.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like you come outside and they're outside checking their mail or doing whatever, and it's like, and that's it. Not meet in the middle. Hey, how you doing? None of. We just aren't neighborly. You know. Whereas here, you're outside. Like I said, that passing by.
Yeah.
You're sitting on the porch and
Yeah.
you don't know who it is sometimes. And 9 times out of 10 you do, but sometimes you don't, and it doesn't matter because
Yeah.
because I'll sit outside with my mom and somebody will pass and, hey, who's that? Because but it didn't matter who it was because you're gonna still wave,
For sure.
So you just have that neighborliness, people come to your aid if needed, and vice versa. So I do appreciate that. I miss that that town feel. My dad passed away. This will forever be funny to me. And I've not lived in Guthrie since I was 18, 19.
Okay.
And my dad passed away, and I came and just kind of picked up and moved to the house with my mom through the process of the funeral planning and all that. So she was like, we had to run some errands. She's like, let's go by the bank. And I said, okay. So we pull up to the drive-thru, and she's like, ask the lady how much my balance is. And I was like, hey, what's your account number? And she's like, girl, just ask the lady what my balance is. And I was, Mom, what's your account?
Yeah.
Ask the ma'am. I'm like looking up. Could you tell me what the balance is on her account? She's like, hey, Miss Patton. She's like, yeah. Like, you can't just do that. Like, but.
Where's your ID? Can I get your social security
Where's your
card?
thumbprint? I need to have all
that. Yes.
Nothing. No, she just pulled it up. And so, I go to the bank all the time in the city, and they're never, I'll go, hey, give me the balance on my account. I'm going to need a little bit more than just that. And so it's funny, those kind of things where, they just know you. You walk in and people are going to speak to you by name, and you're known for you could be known for good or bad. But you're known. And so I like that. I grew up like that. I miss that. My husband has no concept of that. None.
Yeah.
When we came back to my class reunion, my 10-year, I told him, I said, so I'm something like a phenomenon. He was like, what? I was like, no, seriously. I said, because I went to school with these people my entire life. Yeah. So Marty Patterson, I'm signing in, and he's like, he sees me, and he's way deep in the room. He's like, Dee House. There was something in between D and House, but he was like, Dee House, and he's screaming, and they're like, rah. And my husband's like, seriously? It's like, this is where we come from. Yeah. These are my people. Yeah. So, he does not have, we've not been to one of his class reunions.
Oh my God. Isn't that crazy? And so I didn't know, because class reunions are normally done during homecoming.
Correct.
Unless you all are big time and OU Texas game on, y'all pick a different day.
Mind your business. That's right. Class of 91.
So now when I do these, when I sit down with people and they move somewhere, they's like, we didn't know homecoming was such a big deal it's not done the same way. Like,
it's not.
People are getting out of school, we got parades, like the football game, the whole thing. People don't do. I'm like, what? No.
Right.
This is the way you do a homecoming.
Only in towns.
Only in towns.
Only in towns. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that. And so it's like really a crazy big deal going to the school that morning and
the whole nine.
Yeah.
It's a huge deal. And like I said, it's a foreign concept to my husband. He's just like, and I'm like, so then I had to mark it off his calendar, dude. Like, I'm not going to be available from this time to this time. So
you can come if you want.
Right. Yeah. It's up to you. And so he'd either want to come or not. And then, like I told him, I said, you got to understand that we are a very huggy, lovey type. So there are people hugging, loving, talking to me because that's just what we do.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, nah. Because that, like I said, and in Oklahoma City, which is weird, when he was growing up, he lived on the east side, but he went to Capitol Hill on the southeast side. So
really?
You got bused. So they had a lot of busing going on where they were taking people. Yeah. So you don't even live in the same neighborhood with some of your people that you go to school with.
Yeah.
So it's hard to have that camaraderie.
Yeah.
That friendship, that kind
of. So he lived on the east side and went to Capitol Hill?
Crazy, right?
Yeah. That's wild.
So
is that where he graduated? I just said
No, I did. Because every now and then, often, he'll say something, and I'm like, Capitol Hill, right? Like I give him the business all the time about that. Capitol Hill is
Capitol Hill. Wow, especially back then.
Exactly. And so we laugh because I'm from Guthrie. Oh, you don't have nothing. You don't.
You might as well just chill, bro. Because you went to Capitol Hill.
You went to Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Yes,
Not to give people, of course, he came from Capitol Hill.
No,
Great
right.
people come from,
but I'm saying because they were bused up. Right. And I remember when his class reunion letter came because we were married. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to that. Like, offensively. Like, why?
Why would I do that?
Like, this would be so, you don't see your friends? Because I'm from Guthrie, so I want to see my friends. These are my, And he just did. I mean, Marty, before he passed away, I saw him 2 weeks before he died at Walmart. And
in the city or in Guthrie?
In the city.
Okay, yeah.
He was in my space. And I'm trying to write a check. How long ago it was. I'm writing a check at Walmart. He stood right next to me, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Sliding over. I never looked up at him. Finished writing my check, and I'm thinking, what are you? So I look up, and he just grabs me, bear hug, spins me around. We're squealing, screaming in the middle of Walmart, kissing me on my forehead, and then we're walking, talking. You white boy, black girl. People are looking like, what are they doing?
Still writing checks.
But but it doesn't even matter because we didn't care about that. That was, we went to school together. We're from Guthrie. Yeah. This is it. These are my friends. So, that was how it was.
Talking about homecoming parades, what is your parade spot when you come to 89ers? When you came in, I don't know. Do you still come to 89ers?
The Second and Harrison.
Yeah.
Everybody's the old fire station area where the bands do what they do.
Yes. Well,
growing up for a little while, we would walk though because my parents lived by the junior high. So you would walk up the street on the side of the junior high and then walk down there.
Yeah.
So we back then, so you could see everybody.
Yeah.
And then we get up there, end up there, and then walk back down Harrison to my parents' house or to wherever we were at. Yeah, probably my parents, because we used to do 89ers at my mom's house.
Gotcha.
But now we do it at Drexel House.
Oh, okay. Y'all rented it out or something? For 89ers?
We've had it every year for like the last 5-7 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, of course, 89ers, like when I'm talking to my kids about 89ers,
it's a holiday.
Like, they don't get it.
It's a holiday.
Like, what's the big deal? I'm like,
listen, you had to get a new outfit.
A new outfit, your new sneakers,
and it was laid out the night before.
Laid out.
Laid out.
And you could just, wherever you went, you just see people everywhere. It was a family reunion.
For everybody.
Everybody's coming down.
And I realized that every town has I live in Mustang. Mustang has Western days.
Oh, okay.
And they do basically the same thing, a big parade. People put on for it. It's like a huge family reunion, town reunion for that town. Yeah. So, Speaking of 89ers, I do want to tell you real quick that it means a lot more to me in my adult life than it did when I was growing up, because what I didn't realize is that my mom's great-grandfather came and ran in the land run of 89 and staked a claim, and we have land from that.
Oh,
is that not crazy?
Yeah, that is
well, I
crazy.
never knew that was what it was from. And then I became an adult and just kind of start putting the pieces together and understanding the amount of land and the location of the land. And I'm like, he was a boomer, not a sooner.
Gotcha.
So, but
wow,
that's pretty cool. So to have land from the land run of 89, that's how long our family's been here. He came from Texas here.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's really cool. All right, I got a few questions I'm just going to ask just to get to know you a little bit more here, so people can kind of know your story. Let me get these questions. These aren't hard questions. You'll be able to.
Oh, so I don't have to use my gifted and talented program.
You do not have to. Okay. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee. Oh, coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon.
Oh, okay.
But I'm a coffee drinker.
Okay, you're not
I wake up to my pot brewing.
Oh, you got it set? Oh, you for real?
Yeah.
Is this a Keurig or is this drip?
Oh, I'm old school.
Oh, so you still got the filter?
I have a whole decanter.
The Forger can, the red can, or which?
You
got bags
Folgers.
now.
No, Folgers. It's in. You put the grounds.
Scooping it out.
Set it. Push that. You wake up in the morning and you can smell coffee. I'm old.
You are.
School.
Old school.
School.
Not old. Old school.
School.
Like
Stop
that.
playing with me.
Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Oh, definitely early bird.
Really? Like what time do you like to get up?
Oh, I mean, when I normally, my first wake up is usually 2:30 in the morning, which is crazy, and then usually 4:30. And then after that, I mean, as far as me being aware of being up, then I try to go back to sleep because my alarm goes off at 5.
Oh, okay.
And then when it goes off at 5, I'm mad at everybody. Like, because my sleep, you know, I've slept till 2:30, then I've slept till 4:30, and then, but morning by far. You trying to do anything past 8:30? No.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, 8:30 at night?
In the nighttime.
What? You going to bed at 8:30?
I don't know. My ability to do a whole lot of anything is
It's done.
Yeah.
You may not be in bed, but you're done.
right, but I'm bathed and on my way. During the week, I mean, if there's an event going on, I'm real frustrated. Like, why are we still here? Like, I'm really ready to go. So yes, I did. You have a day party because I'm coming.
A day.
You have a night party.
Noon. They have to give me a noon party.
Yeah, 3 p.m. I can be home by 7. You have 3 to 7. I'll see you tomorrow.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm I don't think it's so much that I'm an early bird, but I'd rather be at home in the evenings.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'd rather be at home in the evenings.
And
So
if you ask me to watch a movie with you,
yeah,
probably not gonna make it through the movie.
What's your one thing on your bucket list? What's one thing on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
Finish my degree.
Okay.
I'm so close,
Yeah.
and it's stupid.
Are you still working on it, or like
Not
just whenever?
at the time.
Okay. But that's something on your bucket list. Gotcha.
That's
Why is that important
probably
to you?
the only thing that I have not finished
Okay.
that I want to finish. And then, you know, it's like my prayer is that's not the thing that I need to finish before God called me home. So, like, Lord, if I finish this real quick this summer, you're not gonna call me out. Like, so I really need to know what my purpose is. Because I don't want
think
that
it
to
might
be
be the degree
the
getting
end all be all to it. Like,
I
you
just
know
got
what?
a feeling that's not that big.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. You know what? 2 or 3, 2 or more are gathered in His name. So I think we're good. Okay, because Lord,
Yeah, I don't think that's. I was going to ask you, why is it important to you to even finish it?
it is. It's for me. It's a thing. I mean, I should have already been done.
Yeah.
But then I left and went to the military,
Yeah.
and so I don't even know why they don't consider DD 214 a degree because that is basically a certificate of completion of something. I mean, I went to school there. I went to police academy. I've done all the things. So, I don't know.
Just something you want to finish.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you know, I've had a bunch of bucket list things that I needed to do, and honestly, that is the thing that's still on there that I've not done.
It's cool. Cool. You'll make it. It'll happen. You're still young. You're just old school. You're not old.
You are that guy. Thank you. Thank you.
Would you rather travel to the past or to the future?
I'm going back. And I know they said that you should never look back, but you know, I just did. Wait. Can I go back with the knowledge I already have? Like, hold on a minute.
See?
Yeah, wait a minute. Because I want to go back knowing the things that I know now.
Oh.
Then yes.
You want to take back. So you want to take back stuff and change up the past.
No, just relish in some of the things that I didn't. And respect some of the things that I don't feel like. You know, time.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Because I've got a lot less ahead of me probably than I have behind me.
Got you.
So, and I don't want to say a lot less. I have less. But if I were able to go back knowing what I know now, I would, like your grandfather's 91.
Yeah.
If you could go back to the time that he was in his prime and hang out with him and gain some of the knowledge from him, but not not erasing the stuff because you'd go back and still be silly and never gain from it. But if you could go back now, you'd sit at his feet and get that knowledge. So I want to be equipped with the stuff I have now and go back so I can make good use of it. I need stipulations. Sorry.
All right, so we're going back to the past. All right.
Yep.
What's one hidden talent that you have that people don't know?
A hidden talent?
Yeah. There's something that you're good at that some people be like surprised by if you.
So I don't really think. I mean, I don't consider it a talent. I think it was one of the things on my bucket list. So at my 50th birthday, I sang. Did you see my videos?
You sang?
I did a full set with a band.
Was it good?
That hurt my feelings. Again, this is twice in this podcast.
You
called me slow earlier.
No, I did not. I'm asking clarifying questions.
Okay. So one of my bucket list items was I had always been that I wanted to do a full set with an all-girl band.
Okay.
And at my 50th birthday, I did a full set. I sang, and it was a surprise to my guests. Nobody knew. So it was fun. I guess people did not know that I could hold a note. So that.
Well, see, why are you making me feel bad then? Other people didn't know you could hold a note.
But they didn't say, was it good?
they were there. They were there. I'm trying to find. Is this on Facebook?
It is. So,
I'm trying to find it now.
Yeah, but I'll show you video.
Mama, you got Facebook?
Yeah, she don't have the video. Well, yeah, you can find it on my page probably. But,
yeah, so here you are, you and your boo hugged up. He got the beard strong. Look at that beard. Can you see that beard? Look at that beard, y'all.
She showed me a picture.
Oh, she showed you a picture of his beard?
She's proud of him.
I have never seen him without a beard. I mean, not that I'm around him all the time,
right,
but does he still work at the same place? Where did he work
He's
at?
retired.
Oh.
Yeah.
How? He's our age?
Are we the same age? Me and you?
Well, I'm saying around the same.
He retired because he had been at that company for a very, very, very long time, and then started another company.
Oh, got you.
So he's not sitting around the house mopping floors. That's for sure. When I say retired, I mean,
when I think retired, I'm like, that man ain't doing nothing. He's young.
No, he's all over the place.
He's all over the place.
Yes.
That's cool. Hold on a second. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick.
Mitch, if Fred will give me my phone, I can just show you the video. But yes.
Oh yeah, you just got to Fred. Handle the phone, Fred.
Thank you. So yes, that is it. I don't want to waste the people's time though, but I'll find it and show it to you.
Okay, while you looking for that, call or text?
Depend on the person.
You got a different answer for her? You?
It depends on the person.
You do both? It depends on the person?
Yeah, it depends on the person. Yes.
All right. If you could have dinner with anyone, living or dead, who would it be?
Dinner? My grandmother. Mm-hmm.
You knew she was going to say that?
Yeah, my mom's mother. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Introvert or extrovert?
Introvert. Well, you asked. You knew the question.
You an introvert?
You knew that.
I mean,
I'm an introvert.
Again, this is for them.
I am definitely an extrovert, but I have some introvert tendencies.
Like, don't let me be at a party after 8:30.
So my introvert, like my circle of people, I love people.
Yeah.
I will talk to any and everybody, but you can't come to my house and hang out. Like, everybody, I don't invite a bunch of people into my space.
Yeah.
Like that. No.
It ain't happening.
No, I mean, I'm protective of that because I think that's important.
Got you. What's a fear you've overcome? Whatever fears you had, you still got them, huh? For me, I need to overcome heights. I am so scared of heights. Do y'all have one of those? What is it called? You put the mask on.
A VR. Mm-hmm.
So do y'all have the one where you go up the elevator?
Oh,
and you walk out on the
yes,
ledge?
yeah. Well, it's a tightrope thing. Yes.
So you go up in the building, you walk on the ledge. I can't even step out on the.
So I'm not afraid of heights necessarily. I'm afraid of unprotected. So I could be up high as long as there's something on both sides. But if you were to have me walk across something unprotected, that would not save me. Problem.
Yeah, I can't do. They have a video of me. We're in this thing in Florida where it's going up and around. Mm-hmm. Hold on, y'all.
You can push.
Oh, and you got the whole outfit. Okay. You got a party. Is it all women?
No, at the band was, but the party was not. No, it was
What party was this?
Like 250 people came. It was 200, 250. It was so many people. It was fun.
Where you find all these women at?
One is a cousin, one's a friend, and one's an ex-coworker.
Did you?
And let me fast forward a little bit so I can let you. Yeah. That's funny. Lamar Black is there. He's the one screaming the loudest out of everyone.
Where's the party at?
Forward a little bit more. At this place called Glamour.
It's called what?
Glamour.
I'm listening to. Oh, y'all can hear it. Let me see, but I won't get cut off YouTube. That's good.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
that
super fun.
is so cool. And which birthday was this?
50.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was my bucket list item. That was the well, aside from my degree, but I've been wanting to do that for years, and so I was like, 50, we're gonna do it.
That is cool. All right, got a couple more. What's the moment you'd go back and relive if you could?
That I go back and relive?
Yeah.
College days.
Okay.
I would. Definitely college
So
days.
you would finish and not go to the Navy?
I would probably still go to the Navy after I finished. I'd go in as an officer.
Got you. Would you have stayed longer?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would probably just now be getting out.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have done a lot of years, but it's one of those things that the military is a very, it's something that people don't tell you about. Some people know about, some people don't. It can set you up for life.
Yeah.
And so both my husband and I are veterans.
Oh, okay.
And so you come out as a 100% disabled veteran because you should. You should. You retire, you come out as a 100% disabled veteran, you get your disability and your retirement. Disability right now for us with, and no, we don't get this. I'm just telling you what the top of the chart says. Because I wish. But yeah, because this is not where we are. God's working on it. But with with having 3 children, being married, it's like $4,200 a month, tax free.
Oh, wow.
So if both of us got that.
Yeah.
And thinking of it, and we're still fully employed.
Yeah.
But, even thinking about a retired veteran who, if that's all that they got every month, $4,000 tax free, you don't have to pay medical because you're fully covered from the VA. You've got all these other benefits. You don't pay state taxes. You live tax free because you are 100%. I mean, it's such a benefit that people don't tell you about. And when you don't tap into it, you're losing all that money.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. What brings you the most joy?
My babies.
Yeah.
I am.
Primarily
I was born
your favorite
to be a
child?
mom. I don't have a favorite child.
You was born to be a mom?
I was born to be a mom.
Yeah.
I love all things mom. I mean, people that we are friends with will come visit, and we just built this house. It's been like 3 years, and oh my God, your home is beautiful. Da da da. I don't care about that. Yeah. I really don't. You tell me that you saw my kids out somewhere and they were being very respectful and they were nice and they were so, oh man, all day long.
Yeah.
All day long. Tell me that, because that's my asset to the world.
Yeah.
I'm raising assets, not liabilities. I do not like a disrespectful, bad behaved child.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's your duty as the parent to produce something to society that is an asset to help.
Yeah.
Like, your children, amazing.
Yeah.
I anytime I see your babies, I'm always impressed. And so thank you.
Yeah.
Because, I could be like locking my doors when I see them come. And I don't have to do that. So
that's right.
yeah. So yeah.
No, we've been blessed. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
And I
been
mean,
blessed with your kids.
I love you and Bernie. That I love. And I love that I see that from you. And I love what you do for her. I love the platform you put her on. So.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. So here in Guthrie, America, we have on the Chamber of Commerce, it says where community wins. To you, what does it mean when you hear community wins?
And community does not have to be a town.
Yeah.
Community can be just a group of people who, from all walks of life, that participate together for the greater good of whatever they're doing. Be it beautification of an area, be it helping less fortunate, just whatever. So anytime that you can come together with other like-minded people and make something happen good, you win.
Yeah, that's good. We have these signs everywhere in Guthrie. They say Choose Guthrie, as you can see. Behind me, when you think about Choose Guthrie, what does that mean to you?
I think it's big for the people who are unlike me that don't leave.
Yeah.
That choose to stay, that choose to help make the city thrive, that choose to keep a place that I can call home.
Yeah.
So I think choosing Guthrie is, I like the mantle.
Yeah.
I think it's huge.
Yeah.
And I've been so impressed by what you've done since you've come back. Or when I say come back, did you leave? Did you go somewhere?
Yeah.
Because I didn't see you and then all of a sudden it was like, there's Greg is all over the place at one time. So, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much for being on. And how are we going to get your mom on?
Good luck. So I do want to ask you something that was brought to my attention, and I want to know if you remember, which it cracks me up because I'm like, we were crazy. Do you remember our encounter at the temple one night?
No.
You don't remember that? That is hilarious. So I was parked up there with my blue Monte Carlo.
Yeah.
There's a can of orange pop on my car.
Yeah.
I'm like, who would just sit there can of pop on my car? I'm like, people are crazy. So I took it and threw it in the trash. It belonged to your cousin. And I did not know, but I didn't care because
who's my cousin? Which cousin?
And so I was like, your cousin was like, somebody threw my pop can away. And they were like, oh, Dee threw it away. It was sitting on a car. You and I had a scuffle. Do you remember that?
I do not remember that at all.
Is that not crazy?
That is crazy.
Because I was so mad at you. Like, dude, you tell your cousin I put a can on my car no more. But that was bananas. That was so long ago. But I had forgotten.
Yeah.
And it was brought to I was like, oh my God.
Was it by my cousin that brought it up?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Because it was, it was like 1,000 people that was always up there.
Yeah.
But that was so crazy. And I was mad at you for a long time.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
But that's life.
Yes.
But to see, now there are people in Guthrie that still, they don't get past. I think you need to leave Guthrie.
Yeah.
For a little bit and come back because you need to see what's outside of town life to be able to appreciate town life. Because if I had the opportunity, my husband says no, but I would move back here in a heartbeat. I'm coming back.
I love it. Yeah, we moved back in 2005. No, 2007. So 2 years after we had Zell, we moved
From
back
where?
to Guthrie. We lived in Oklahoma City.
Okay.
All right. We lived in Oklahoma City. I had lived in Florida, Tennessee, and then I moved back to Oklahoma.
Yes, Tennessee.
Yes.
So I did know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were,
I lived in Tennessee. And then 2007, what happened was Kenneth, we found Bernadette was driving down Council or 10th Street or whatever, and saw Kenneth running down the road. He was supposed to be in school. And she's with her mom. She's like, is that Kenneth? They pull up and sure enough, Kenneth running down the street. He's supposed to be at school. And so she takes him back to the school and says, where's my son? Like, go get my son. Right. She doesn't tell him that he's in the car, which is completely crazy and wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Where's my son? I'm with her.
And so they go get him and bring him back. And at that point, that night, we just had a conversation. She's like, if that's going to happen, I'd rather for it to happen in a small town. And so we looked at Piedmont, and then we looked at Norman. Norman was like, by that time, was bigger than what we had remembered or whatever. And so we said, let's just move back home. And so we moved back home and dove right in when we got back, and it's been cool. So
I love it.
So whenever we were doing We Tell Stories, a lot of people thought I was living in the city.
Yes.
Yeah. When we were doing We Tell Stories, I was like, no, I live in Guthrie. I live in Guthrie. And so people was like, you live in Guthrie? Like, you from Guthrie? So it's always
they better
crazy.
cut that out.
Yeah, they
stop doing.
Yeah, like what? I can't be from Guthrie, live in Guthrie.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and Guthrie it's got a rich history
of
people that from all walks of life that have come from here.
Just even people around our age and friends, and like people have done some really cool.
Cool
like
things. Yeah, the class of '90.
Think about Mario.
That's what I say. The class of '90.
Yeah,
they're all from Allegra.
Yeah, Allegra.
Mm-hmm.
Really sharp. Allegra's '89, but Eric Moore.
What?
Allegra.
She is '89.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But no, it's so many. Really cool stories that's coming out.
Yeah. And our families, the Colemans and my family, we're intertwined in so many different ways. Your grandparents married my parents in the front room of our house. I can remember like it was yesterday that they did. Tim was supposed to play in my wedding.
Yeah.
And Danny Chambers called and hired him, and he left.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Danny Chambers didn't call. Yes, Danny Chambers called. And then I ended up going to
Were you at the Harvest?
I was at IVVC with Martin.
Okay.
And it just like figured out, I was like, dude, because Tim called. He was like, I am so sorry. I'm not going to be able to play at your wedding. I'm moving to Tennessee, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I got you.
Yes, and so he did not play at my wedding. So I had to find a replacement for him. But just all the different things, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And Bernie's dad and my mom were the best of friends. Carpool to work every day.
Job Corps.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that's the cool thing. Like, there's a lot of history, a lot of fun time. Now, another thing, I got a lot of crazy stories. Now, I don't remember all the crazy stories. But when people see me back in town and doing, for those who remember the crazy stories.
Right, yes.
Or when I tell a crazy story, people are like, that's not true.
Yeah, there ain't no way.
Especially, so the great thing about when I get to talk to the youth or whatever, and I tell them my stories, and they be like,
ain't no way,
true.
Yeah.
It's not true. I'm like,
tell them to ask me. I'll tell them. I'll say.
It's been really,
so
it's like the craziness has been a blessing to be able to tell the story and for people to see what God can do.
And I've known Bernie Bernie, Leisha, and Nikki.
Oh, yeah.
Were at my apartment in the hood the night that Carlos was murdered.
Oh, wow.
They got the call at my house.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, like all the little things, like those three girls.
Thankfully, they were there and not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But they couldn't move unless I was involved, which was crazy. Was Dee going? Because I'm the big sister.
Yeah.
And I'm just like.
This was before her mom passed, for sure.
Who? Leisha?
Leisha.
Oh, yeah.
Because she used to have that role. Like, wherever they were, Leisha's mom was.
Well, together. She was my godmother.
Okay.
So it was all, And so, but she would tell them, if she couldn't be, I had to be there.
Yeah.
And Leisha couldn't do anything in that little blue Saturn unless I was involved. And I'm just like, I really didn't want to go over there. But those girls are big. They mean a lot to me. Yeah. So.
And we talk about the temple all the time. Like, okay, you and I just recently had this conversation before, when I think it was you and I, but talked about my kids. I'm like, we hung out at the temple. It's like, y'all hung out at the temple. I'm like, it would be so many of us at the temple.
I'm gonna say another thing I remember about you. I remember, we went through that little moment when Guthrie was taking sides. It was split down the middle, and they came to pass and was throwing stuff, and you ran that car down. Do you remember that?
I just recently told.
I knew then that you had wheels. I was like, that car is driving, and he is like keeping up. I was like, oh yeah.
Well, I told them. So the title of the message was the day that I became the fastest man in GuthrieAmerica. That was the message. And so I just told that story. And it was like, that is not true.
Tell me, ask me. Ask me. I was like, that dude is.
I could have like really hurt myself. I could have, because I punched the kid.
Yep.
And then my arm was in the car.
Yep.
And
that was crazy. Well, those were some times. I mean, and we had a good time at the temple.
Yeah.
That was our space.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. But God's good too. Like, there's some people I've had craziness with. They go to church with me now. Like,
you're
like
supposed
kids.
to.
Yeah.
That's like, okay, we can go ahead and fight it out. Now we're through.
Yeah.
You good? You good? Because I'm good. Okay,
yes,
we shake hands and we move on. I mean,
100 years ago.
Yeah, because now they want to shoot and kill and do all the crazy stuff.
Goodness.
Like, but that's finality. That you put a period at the end. And no, I mean, I'd rather us duke it out. And my little lip is bleeding. I'm like, man, you got me that real good right here. Be done with it. But
and move on.
It's not. I mean, the world is different.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Yes. Keep up the great work. Keep raising great kids.
You as
all
well.
Those things
you as well. Keep making this stuff happen for us, because we need to see this positivity.
Yes. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for hitting that play button for another episode of the GuthrieAmerica podcast. And remember, y'all, remember this. We are on a mission to have every story told. Will yours be next? Go in.